No matter what he does, every person on Earth plays a central role in the history of the world, and normally, he doesn't even know it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video on the channel, as well as another discussion on The Alchemist, because I really like this book, and I kind of wanted to finish talking about one of the other points that I took from the book. This is kind of the second time that I actually recorded this audio because I didn't like how the first one turned out. So we're just gonna do it over because you all wouldn't have known that if I didn't say anything about it. So we're gonna get into it, and firstly I wanted to talk about what I was painting at the time. This is a portrait of my character Gwen, and I actually have drawn her on the channel before, actually many times. She's kind of the channel mascot now. I just haven't done much with her because I'm lazy. Anyway, you'll see more of her in the future because I am developing a lot of cool stories with her that I just haven't brought to light yet. So, with that being said, I also want to suggest that you all like this video and give it a hit that subscribe button as well, and share it with some other people who you might think want to see the video or hear about the discussion I'm about to get into in like a couple of seconds actually. And that discussion is going to start with one of the more prevalent themes slash sayings slash words that are used throughout the book, and that is Maktub. It is spelled M-A-K-T-U-B-E, or you would have saw that in the thumbnail actually because I know I'm going to put it there anyway. And it is actually translated as it is written, or it's translated to it is written. And it more or less means that all of your actions are in the context of fate, or in the context of destiny, things already being pre-written for you. Now, I'm not one to actually subscribe to that notion to an extent, but I can understand where the book is trying to lead you, or lead you to believe to an extent. And in the very simple manner, Maktub is translated to meaning that everything happens, that happens for a reason, and that our paths are already outlined for us. It is just up to us to keep going and exploring those paths that have already been outlined for us. It's kind of odd, but I can understand that again, and as you read the book and read it a second time, you'll come to understand what is actually being said. Yes, I want to say said. Kind of. But Maktub also kind of means that it leads into another theme of letting go of fear. And that's kind of my theme for this year as well. It was one of my goals for this year, and if some of these things have happened this year, can tell you, I'm getting off the topic anyway. Maktub kind of tells us that we need to let go of fear, and most importantly, we need to let go of the fear of failure. I can relate to that. Can you relate to that? That's a question that you can answer in the comments below. And as we let go of the fear of failure, we need to pursue our own personal legends. Again, another theme that is being presented throughout the rest of the book that you can also keep on following. And the reason why we need to pursue our personal legends is because it's already written in the form of Maktub. And if it is meant to be, it will be. And what is meant to be will be. I kind of just said the same thing, but I like it. And in the end, again, Maktub proves that you should never let fear get in your way, and that the reason why you shouldn't is because it's pre-written. I said that twice just to make sure you got it. Because everything happens for a reason. And honestly, it's up to us to help understand why everything happens for a reason. I mean, we have to look at the context of our lives and understand what things could lead to, because sometimes fear will blind us so much, in fact, that we wouldn't really be able to understand where fear is coming from. And in the end, Maktub also teaches us that everything that we do and everyone that we come across that cross our paths are a part of a lesson that we need to learn, and a part of a ever expanding, overarching story that will come to an end when we leave this world and die. The story of our lives, technically. Because everything we do and everyone that we come across play a crucial part and teach us a lesson in the story that is of us, as well as the overall overarching story that is the story of the universe. That was kind of a mouthful, but basically it's a story that has already been written, and it is our duty to contribute to it. So it's our duty as writers and artists, as well as bankers and politicians are a bad example. So I'll leave it at writers and artists, to contribute to everyone else's story as well as their own, because through contributing to everyone else's story, this is everyone on the grand scale, we will allow our own selves to become fully actualized. And when referring back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization is at the very top, because that's the last thing, the main thing though, that we really need as human beings to do. And we self-actualize by putting forth our one duty in life, and that's to pursue our dreams at any cost necessary, by any means necessary. And that means that you're either going to have to go big or go home, if you boil it down to that point. And because everyone pursues their own dreams, that means that they have to pursue what is unique to them. You can't really pursue anyone else's dream, or you really won't fully actualize. Because when you pursue your own dream, you are pursuing your own personal legend, like I said in the last video, as the opening. And you must remain focused on your own goal, and do this because your destiny is already written. According to the book, at least. According to the book, your destiny is already written in fate, and everything that is written in fate is written in the soul of the world as well. And the soul of the world is something that you'll come across a lot of in the book itself is also. The soul of the world is more or less the core of the earth, the thing that binds every human being to every other human being. And in the book Think and Grow Rich, and I'm actually finding a lot of correlations to it, in the book Think and Grow Rich, this is described as the infinite intelligence, because both of these books in two very particular ways describe the same thing of all humans kind of vibing with each other and knowing certain things that each other will say. And that is so odd yet so true, especially when you start to look at who you are friends with, who you meet, and who you vibe with, honestly. Because I can guarantee that once you actually start examining these people, you'll find out how much of the infinite intelligence concept is actually a truth more than fiction. It's really weird, but that also pertains to how the soul of the world can connect a lot of people, especially through Maktub. And I think we brought it all around, or at least enough for right now. So I think I will leave that discussion alone and pick it up a little later. I think we covered enough. And with all that being said, I really did enjoy that discussion, but I wanted to bring it back around to this piece a little bit. And as I am more or less just adding in the little background mix of, what was that? It was cerulean blue, or was it ultramarine blue? It may have been ultramarine blue and this violet, just to give the background of my character a little bit of flair. While I was doing this, actually, I was participating in a watercolor course by Aaron Blaise, and the particular episode that I was watching was the what was it called? It was the watercoloring, adding watercolor to your drawing. That's what the name was. That's what the name of it was. Yes, I can speak. But as Aaron Blaise was just painting, he was painting in a snow panther, or it was just a regular panther on a mountain. I don't remember. I was just filling this up, and I really applied some of the lessons that he kept using, especially that hairdryer. You probably saw a giant black gun, probably in the middle of the video. That was a hairdryer. Yeah, and that helped, draw the watercolor a lot faster. I really appreciated that, as well as adding some of the complementary colors to the piece that allow for some shading, as well as some dark, addition of some dark and some lights. So as I just kept filling that up and adding on to the background, I actually didn't add as much as I should have. I think I should have taped it off like we were already doing in the throughout the course. But I think in this particular time, I just forgot to actually add in all that. But like I just said, it's written in. That's so bad. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. And now I just wanted to add a little bit of glow to her eyes, because she has the ability of energy projection, for lack of a better word. So I wanted to add a little bit of that blue hue around her eyes, and I think I did it right. The one thing that I do say that I don't like is that I made her eyebrows a little too dark, or I made her hair a little too light. I think I should have mixed it a little better. But in the end, it came out a lot better than I thought it would have. And I had no real expectations for it. So I really appreciated this. And just doing the overall watercolor course really helped me do this properly. So, and here's the full piece. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, and tell me what you thought about the video below, and tell me what you thought about the discussion as well. And until then, I'll catch you all later.